Here's how I get an extremely clear kick signal. First, load up 2 peak controllers on your kick, go to your melody bus, and put an EQ as far down on the channel rack as possible. So right now what we're going to do is create a dynamic EQ that avoids the kick as it's hitting on the melody. So to do that, go down to this frequency knob, right click, go to link to controller, put this input in inverted, and then pick one of the peak controllers. Then go to that same peak controller, set your bass to a level that's reasonable that won't remove a lot of that frequency information in the melody. And then turn your volume to the left so that each time that the kick hits, this will move up. And also make sure that the type is a high pass so that no frequencies are getting out past that certain range, which for this volume, I set it to -36, and it brings it to about 1,300 hertz right here. So as that kick is hitting, you won't hear anything of the melody for that split second below 1,300 hertz. Then we're going to do the same thing on the 808. So open up an EQ. Then the second peak controller is going to control the 808's equalization. So this one doesn't necessarily have to be a high pass just because that will introduce some phase issues. And I also put a regular sidechain through using the Fruity limiter by going to the compressor, right-clicking on sidechain, clicking on kicks, and then setting the appropriate levels for the threshold and ratio, which I have it ducked down quite a bit. So the entire signal is going to get kicked down, but if you want a more precise frequency ducked down instead of the entire signal, you can right-click on this knob instead of the frequency knob. You want to right-click on the one that lets it go up and down in volume. Go link to the controller, same thing, inverted. Choose the other peak controller, make sure you don't overlap them. Now I would recommend setting it around 100 hertz so that every time the kick hits, the 808 will duck down at that specific range and below. So now what's happening is the chord/melody are moving out of the kick's way, and the 808 is moving out of the kick's way as well. So after you have it completed successfully, it should look like this on the melody, and like this on the 808. Now the only noise that should be kicking through when the kick is kicking is the kick. Make sure you guys drop a like and follow for more.